Welcome to Deep Dive Defense, military and aerospace enthusiasts. Over here we give rare insights you won't hear elsewhere. Today's video covers yesterday's unveiling of the US F-47 6th-generation fighter jet. Boeing's selection for the next-generation air dominance fighter program was announced without revealing a full view of the still secretive aircraft. Instead, two partial renderings were released, obscuring its overall design and configuration. This secrecy suggests the design may deviate significantly from the conventional layouts seen in prior NGAD concept art over recent years. Boeing Phantom Works, the division behind the company's fighter designs, has a history of unconventional approaches. This is evident in projects like the 1990s Bird of Prey, YF-118, and the X-32 proposal for the Joint Strike Fighter program, which ultimately lost to Lockheed Martin's F-35. These past efforts demonstrate Boeing's expertise in experimental configurations, lending credibility to the US government's claim that an F-47 prototype has been flight tested since 5 years. However, this likely refers to a simplified technology demonstrator, not a production-rated design, used to validate the superiority of Boeing's design against Lockheed Martin's proposal. This contrasts with China's J-36 6th-generation fighter, which reportedly flew a near-production design prototype form in late 2024. While the F-47's complete airframe remains classified, key visible features hint at its capabilities and features. The angular nose design, for instance, is optimized for broadband stealth, extending low observability beyond traditional X-band frequencies. Early stealth aircraft like the F-117 prioritized radar cross-section reduction at the expense of aerodynamics. Later designs, such as the F-22, balance stealth with aerodynamic efficiency through so-called curved shaping, focusing on X-band threats but leaving vulnerabilities to lower-frequency S-band, L-band, and ground-based early warning radars. This was a reasonable design decision given that fighter jet radars operate almost exclusively in the X-band, with exceptions like the Russian Su-35 and its secondary L-band radar integrated into the wings. The F-47's radome geometry implies it's designed to counter these lower frequency bands, which in turn also necessitates a tailless or blended wing design to minimize radar returns in low bands. Similar principles were applied to the B-2 bomber, though its large size limits effective stealth capability. The F-47 and J-36, however, integrate broadband stealth into smaller airframes, enhancing survivability. Notably, the F-47 features canards, small forward wings, unlike the canardless J-36. While canards increase radar visibility, their inclusion suggests the F-47's main wings are likely set rearward. The fighter is likely also requiring these surfaces for improved maneuverability and controllability. This design choice may also be motivated to improve aerodynamic control during high-G evasive maneuvers, especially at high altitudes, or when thrust vector control is unavailable. Another standout feature is the 20-degree upward dihedral angle of both the canards and main wings, reminiscent of Boeing's Bird of Prey demonstrator. Conventional straight wings maximize lift-to-weight efficiency by optimizing span and area. The angled configuration implies trade-offs, possibly favoring reduced radar signature or enhanced stability in a tailless layout. The F-47's emphasis on broadband stealth provides critical context for its unconventional wing configuration. Broadband stealth minimizes radar signatures across multiple wavelength bands within the electromagnetic spectrum. However, beyond the radar microwave range, the infrared spectrum emerges as the next detectable signature source. Advances in high-performance imaging infrared sensors, coupled with their reduced costs, have made these systems a potent detection tool in modern air warfare. While infrared sensors are less effective in poor weather, their passive operation and affordability ensure their integration into advanced air defense networks. Fighters equipped with increasingly higher performance infrared search and track sensors enable passive angular tracking at extended distances. High-quality tracks, which enable launching air-to-air missiles at a mission silence against the target. Stealth aircraft such as the B-2 bomber mitigate infrared signatures through higher bypass ratio engines that lower exhaust temperatures and mix ambient air into the exhaust plume. Another strategy involves obscuring the engine's hot exhaust from direct line of sight. The YF-118 bird of prey's upward-angled wings with downward crank tips exemplify this approach, shielding the exhaust from critical angles, such as the forward hemisphere. This design allows the aircraft to pass lateral infrared sensors without exposing its heat signature. Adding such a capability to its broadband radar stealth might have been of such great importance for overall survivability that the complete design was made to enable it. Additionally, the angled wings enhance aerodynamic control in a tailless configuration. Elevons integrated into the downward-tipped wing segments, combined with forward canards, can provide precise lateral controllability. This setup reduces reliance on complex thrust vectoring nozzles. While TVC is of great importance for high-altitude maneuverability, it might have been reduced in its capability in the F-47 to enable low radar cross-section rectangular nozzle designs with minimized radar and infrared signature. Another confirmed feature of the F-47 is its variable, adaptive cycle engines. These adjust their bypass ratios to optimize fuel efficiency across different flight regimes, while enabling a stealth mode that maximizes air mixing in the exhaust for reduced thermal signature. Compared to China's tri-engine J-36, the F-47 almost certainly employs a conventional twin-engine layout. Despite an engine less, the U.S. jet engine industry's technological edge ensures thrust outputs that could be competitive with the J-36. American engines prioritize durability and performance over cost, a contrast to the Russian and to some extent China's strategy of leveraging cheaper but lower thrust engines. Hence, it's well possible that the overall engine cost, as well as operation costs of the two-engine F-47, is still significantly higher than the tri-engine J-36. The Chinese fighter's additional engine also enables one engine and intake to be optimized for the high-altitude, high-speed operation regime. The F-47's disclosed Mach 2 plus speed suggests good super cruise capability, meaning supersonic speed achieved without afterburners, thanks to efficient adaptive cycle engines and their low specific fuel consumption. In sixth-generation fighter doctrine, attributes like high-speed supercruise, extended operation radius, and high operational altitude may take a higher priority over just stealth. While broadband stealth offers tactical advantages that can be well exploited given good electronic intelligence, particularly in contested environments like maritime theaters, physical limits constrain radar cross-section reduction via shaping or absorbing materials and structures. Stealth remains tactically valuable but is not a solution anymore that grants undetected penetration of adversary airspace. Against peer adversaries with dense, layered air defenses, it might well be that high speed and high altitude would make the difference of surviving or not. Outrunning opposing fighters and bleeding out the energy of surface-to-air missiles, or even evading them in thin upper air layers, are capabilities sixth-generation fighter kinematics enable. The F-47 appears to harmonize these priorities effectively, blending sixth-generation requirements into a balanced design. Its integration of broadband stealth, aerodynamic innovations, and advanced propulsion positions it as a worthy successor to the fifth-generation F-22. It will provide the United States with an answer for the evolving threat environments of 2030s and beyond, acting as the leader of drone formations over the vast expanses of the Eastern Pacific Ocean. So that's all for today. If you liked it, give a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. It really makes a difference in the YouTube algorithm and is a great support to the channel. The real enthusiast can become members and given access to exciting membership area material. Thanks for your support and motivation. See you next time.